Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe, to leave a like, leave a comment, and if you like what you see, you can always share the video. I'm going to highly appreciate that. So guys, a while back I posted a poll on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it's at @azizudin_. I posted a poll on my Instagram of what my next YouTube video should be about. Question was either toxic relationships or get to know me tag, and this margin was quite slim, so I decided to take time because everyone chose, okay, not everyone, the winning was signs of a toxic relationship. So I decided to take my time to research on signs of a toxic relationship, and this is some of the findings that I got. Yeah, anyway guys, so for one, how to know you're in a toxic relationship. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm on my lunch break, so I'm in my office. It's the quietest place I could get, and the lighting is a bit kidogo better than everywhere else. A bit kidogo better. What? Anyway, so guys, first, how to know you're in a toxic relationship. There's little or no communication from hi, how are you doing, to yo, imagine this and this happened. Between, like, if there's none of that going on, then you're not necessarily in a relationship, because to me, everything I say in this video is not set in stone. You can perceive life the way you want. It's just how I saw it. Yeah, so no communication, in the sense that, to me, when you're in a relationship, this person is supposed to be your everything, your best friend, your companion, your lover, your sweetheart, your go-to. Yeah, so if, let's say, I wake up in the morning and I'm coughing, hi, how are you, good morning, I hope you slept well, blah blah blah. Imagine today I woke up coughing. Just letting the other person know what necessarily is going on with your life. I don't mean, oh, now I'm in the toilet, or now I'm going to shower. If you are comfortable sharing such information with someone, feel free. But, like, there's some inconveniences that happen and they switch your mood completely. For example, today morning, today being the 29th, yeah, today morning I boarded a matatu from stage to where I work, yeah, and I was supposed to alight at a certain stop, but this tout decided to hit the car when it was a bit too late, so I was dropped like 2 stages ahead of where I'm supposed to be dropped, and I felt really irritated, and I was sort of angry. I know it's not something big to get angry about, I'm really petty, but I got really pissed, and I was like, okay, fine, whatever, let me just get to work. Your story initiate. Yeah, so such things are things that you should tell your partner, just because when you're angry, it also affects how you text, how you're gonna be around people. So when you talk about it, a problem shared is a problem half solved. It's not necessarily a problem, not the best quote, but I hope you get my point. Anyway, so the second thing is, you're in a relationship but it always feels bad in the sense that there's always something wrong, there's always something negative, you feel like you're not suited to be there, you feel like your partner is not acting right, it always feels wrong, you're always so frustrated every single time, and you're always having never-ending drama or issues or fights. Like, you're constantly fighting, you're constantly arguing, you're constantly, and even with all that, there's mutual avoidance. Like, no one is willing to step up and say, yo, you know what, you did this and this, because remember, point one, there's no communication. So no one is willing to step up and be like, yo, you know what, you did this and it pissed me off, I don't like it. I'm not saying that you go to your partner with attitude like, what the hell were you doing, blah blah blah, doing all that. No, like, hi babe, I didn't like when you said this and this yesterday or today morning, it really ticked me off. How can we go about it? You see, all of it is leading back to communication. Then there is lack of trust or lack of understanding. you don't trust your partner enough. Like, for example, you're going out on a date and your partner is on phone, and instead of asking them, hey Kwani, who are you talking to, you directly assume that if it's a guy, oh, he's talking to his side bitch, or if it's a chick, oh, talking to the side nigga. It's not necessarily the case, because sometimes, like for example, if like on Saturdays, my work group is always so busy because everyone is trying to plan the week and book people who are going to go to those things with them. Like, planning of the week is done over Saturday and Sunday. So if I'm on my phone when we've gone out, or when you're, let's say for example, we're in a matatu and I'm using my phone, or you're driving and I'm using my phone, it does not necessarily mean I'm talking to a guy or someone else. Like, what if my friend is going through something and they really need to talk to me, but you don't want to communicate with me and ask me what's going on and why are you using your phone when we're together? You know, you don't trust your partner enough to tell you the truth, so you'd rather not ask. Instead, you assume, and when you assume, it leads to more fights and dramas. More fights and dramas means mutual avoidance. Mutual avoidance means no communication. Another thing, unreliability. Let's say you're going through a rough patch financially or emotionally or mentally, but you can never think of the first person to call as your boyfriend or your girlfriend, because they're either gonna tell you, I'm still utakuwa poa, or yo, I can't come through right now, let me see what I can do, and they don't do anything about it. So you're in a relationship with somebody who's totally unreliable. You know, like there's sometimes that we're both going through a financial rough patch, but then there are times we can't always be going through the same financial rough patch unless we're working together. Another thing, whatever you're going through, mine is always worse. Like, there's no day I will say something. Yes, let's say for example, I broke a nail. I recently broke a nail. I recently broke this nail, yeah. And let's say I'm in a relationship and I go to my boyfriend. I'm like, imagine, babe, today I broke my nail, and like, me, I'm having a headache. Why didn't you tell me you were having a headache before I mentioned the fact that I broke my nail? You know, like, whatever I'm going through, you're always going through worse. That's a sign of a really, really toxic relationship. I'm sorry, I had jotted down some notes, so I'm trying to, because I can't remember all these things. Another thing, there's always a scoreboard. Like, I did this time, so you're doing this time. Or, yeah, I did this time. Or, yo, hi, how are you doing? I'm good. I need you to join me to my friend's dinner. And just because he joined you for your friend's dinner, or she joined you for your friend's dinner, you feel like she's or he's obligated to join you for something that is of your convenience. Yeah, something else. You avoid saying what you need to say because you feel like there's no point. Like, you feel so suppressed, you feel so lessened as a man or as a woman. You feel like ni kama umekaliwa, in short. And that's a toxic relationship. Like, you should be able to air out your views, you should be able to air out your emotions, how you feel, how something happened and how it made you feel. Yeah. And that relationship always brings out the worst in you. You're always rude to everyone else because your girlfriend made you angry in the morning, or your boyfriend made you angry in the morning. You're always shouting because you're always so pissed. You don't even eat. You're always crying. You always have swollen eyes. You're always in a bad mood just because of your relationship. Yeah. And you constantly feel like you can never do anything right, because every fight you guys have is based on the wrongs that you always commit. Like, you feel like, am I the one who's always messing up? Like, am I that much of a bad person that I can never do anything right? Then another thing, your relationship is always loaded on negativity. Like this. That's linked to my previous point of you always feel like you never do anything right. Everything that you do is negative. Everything the other person does, they try to force it out on you as if it's positive. Yeah. And lastly, No, actually, there are two last things. Yeah, first, physical and verbal abuse. That is a total, don't have anything red, that is a total red flag. Red, run my sister, run my brother. If you are being physically abused or verbally abused, run. That is a red flag. That person will never ever change. If they can slap you over you talking to your friend, like someone you've known for a while, yeah, they slap you over it because they're jealous, then when you get married and you're maybe talking to a client or your boss or whatever, you will still be beaten. Never say that this person is gonna change, blah 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 blah. That person is never gonna change. Another thing, yeah, nothing ever gets resolved between you two. Like, you always end up pushing it aside and being like, okay, he'll change. Oh, okay, she'll change. You know what? Never mind, forget about it. It's okay. I was the one who was on the wrong. I'm sorry. Yeah, you always have to brush everything off, and that's a sign that you're in a toxic relationship. My bottom line for that first section of this video is never be in a relationship where you have to defend the actions of your man or your woman before your friends. If your friends come to you and tell you you're in a toxic relationship and you go like, no, he loves me, he takes care of me, there's no loving you in public, no, there's no loving you in private and mistreating you in public. Nothing like that will ever happen, my sister, my brother, because nowadays girls beat up their boyfriends. I know of several cases that girls are the ones who are beating their boyfriends up. There's nothing like, oh, he loves me, oh, he even bought me a new dress yesterday. But when you're walking on the streets, he's pulling you like his dog, or she's pulling you like her dog. Nothing like that. Or treating you like you don't even matter. Like when you're about to speak in front of people, they're like, you shut up, what do you know, you woman? Or you shut up, what do you know, you stupid man? Nothing like that. Okay? So do not sit around. All I'm saying is that person will not change just because you got married, or that person will not change just because you got pregnant. That person will not change just because you got a big promotion. It still doesn't matter. Yeah, so don't walk around feeling all high and mighty because you're in a relationship. Like, it won't kill you to be single. You don't have to force yourself to be in a relationship that is killing you. Yeah. So there's also a second part to this video. The second part to this video, I'm gonna be literally reading it because it's something that I came across. I haven't had time to internalize it as such. Yeah, there are two types of relationships that may be portrayed as toxic. Not every public toxic relationship is actually a toxic relationship. Sometimes a relationship just needs work. Yeah, and one of the things to note between these two relationships is, one, there's notable change. Like when you tell someone, in as much as you got to the point where they're like, you know what, it's okay, I get it, I'm sorry, that person changes. You don't go to, like, let's say for example, you don't like when a very petty issue, when your guy sags, or when your chick wears a low-lying cleavage, yeah? But you start noticing, like they told you, it's okay, I understand, I'm sorry. Like they've shushed you, you didn't get to your last point, but you start noticing your guy is pulling up his pants, your chick is raising up her tops, like the cleavage is a bit, like they won't wear their trousers. They used to wear their trousers to chili, they wear their shirts from here, no, but at least you see the change, like notable, something different. Or the tops used to reach everywhere, now you can notice, yeah, they're a bit covered up. And another thing, please don't try to change somebody that you met them doing something. For example, if your chick used to wear crop tops, when you start dating, don't tell her to stop wearing those crop tops, because why did you start dating? What attracted you to her? those crop tops, if there were those crop tops, then leave her to what she was doing, you know. Another thing that this relationship is one that needs work and not a toxic relationship is you're both willing to learn how to be better people. Like, there's no blame game or you feeling beneath the other person, but you're both willing to learn. Okay, so my girlfriend doesn't like when I sag, okay? My boyfriend doesn't like it when I wear low-lying cleavage tops. Okay, so what if I wear a scarf? Maybe all my tops are low-lying cleavage, but what if I wear a scarf? Is that gonna make everything better? Let me try it out. Okay, so my trousers sag because they are loose. So what if I wear a belt? Yeah. And another thing is, arguments are fair and calm. If your arguments are fair and no one leaves there feeling like they're the problem, they need to work on themselves, they're messed up, then that's not a toxic relationship. That's just a relationship like any other that has normal fights, because we and you are two different people. We can never be the same. We can never have the same character traits because we're both raised in different homesteads. Yeah. So okay, another thing, the problems are out in the open. Like, my problem with you is you sagging. Your problem with me is my cleavage. It's not ati we use mind games to bring out the problem. Ati siku hizi unavanga sijui aje. Navanga sijui aje. I'm looking at myself, I'm like, I'm in a top and trousers. Navanga sijui aje unamaanisha, you know. No mind games. Everything is always spoken out nicely. And then there's issue hasn't become a long-term thing. Like, we talked about you sagging. I'm sorry, I'm using that example a lot, but we talked about you sagging and we talked about my cleavage. Yeah. And the next fight we have, it shouldn't be the baseline. You see, I even told you about your sagging and you haven't changed. You see, you don't love me. We talked about it. That's over. Close the book, close the chapter, put it under the bed. Next topic of discussion. If they decide they're not gonna change, don't make it the basis of your fighting. Yeah. And then if the fights that you have do not necessarily affect who you are outside your relationship, like if you work in an office that you have to relate with other people, if your boyfriend makes you angry, the fights that you have don't necessarily portray on the people that you work with. Like, for example, if you wake up in the morning and let's say, for example, you guys live together and let's say he left the cup in the wrong place, like you just moved the cup and put it in the sink, yeah, and you start telling him, you know what, we talked about this story, Zama cups, nini mbaya. Is like, I forgot, I'm sorry, I'll do it next time. Yeah. That's a fight that you don't walk around, you know, like, my boyfriend robbed me today morning. You know, those are the type of arguments that, I mean, they don't necessarily affect your outside life. Because yes, in as much as your relationship should be a very big part of who you are, it shouldn't be the whole of you, because things happen. Your partner might pass on, your partner might be transferred to a different country, and maybe long distance doesn't necessarily work for you, so you guys decide to take a break or break up. Then what? You start life from scratch. So you need to learn what a toxic relationship is and what a relationship that needs work looks like. And with my very long video, I hope you get something from it. And if you're in a toxic relationship, sweetheart, please leave. They will not change. They're not gonna change. They will never change. And if you're in a relationship that needs work, start now before it gets to become a toxic relationship. Thank you for staying to the end of the video. Take care of yourself. Hope to see you again soon. I'm gonna be shooting a shorter video next time.